first product that I'm going to take is from Urban Decay. It's their eyeshadow primer. I'm going to put this all over my lid to prevent any creasing because my eyelids will crease. And I'm just going to blend that out. And sometimes I like to go in with the shadow over it just to help the shadows blend a little bit more nicely. So first I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions palette. I'm going to use the yellow from this color. This is one of my favorite yellows just because it's so vibrant and it shows up really nicely. It's super pigmented and blends out really nice, so I'm going to use that as my transition shade, but it's also going to be the color that I used in the center of my eye as well. I just feel like this is the perfect bright yellow. And then I'm going to take a Sugar Pill. Ooh, I don't know the name of this one, but it will be listed in the description box below because she does have 2 purple ones. I'm going to pack that on with a brush into my crease. Try not to cover up that yellow that I just put on, but I'm just going to pack it on first to get the intensity that I want. And again, just in my crease. And then once I'm done packing it all on, I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to kind of diffuse the edges because I don't want any harsh lines up there. And then I'm going to switch brushes to a blending brush and I'm going to blend that out even further. So I'm basically just blending the top out, trying not to cover up that yellow. And I did have to go in again with like a second layer of shadow after I finished blending out the top just to get it a little bit darker because I wanted it to be just a little bit darker because some of that did fade away. And then the next thing I'm going to do is cut my crease. Now I'm taking a concealer for this side, but the other side I had used a different product. I used the Makeup Forever Aqua XL paint, but I think the one I used is kind of old. I don't know if you can see it on the other eye, but it got kind of caked up and was kind of flaking off, and it's never done that to me before, so I didn't want it to happen again, so I just went in with a concealer to do this, and I just did it in the center of, I just cut the crease in the center of my eyelid and left the 2 sides normal, and then I went back in with that Huda Beauty eyeshadow and I packed it on the center of my lid. And once I was done with the yellow, I went back in with a little bit of the purple that I used in the beginning, and I just kind of blended out those 2 edges just to kind of make it a little bit more softer in the center. And I kind of wanted it to go big on top and gradually go thin on closest to my lash line. And then I went in with a matte black eyeshadow, the tiniest amount, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I put that in the inner and outer corners. It's kind of optional. So really I just used 2 eyeshadows basically for this look. And then next I just applied mascara and lashes, and I just showed this mascara because it's from Lancome and it has a little tiny rose in it. I thought it was really pretty. So yeah, I just applied that, and for this video I thought it would be cool just to do an old school full voiceover for this whole video, so that's what I'm going to do. Glam Glow just came out with a new primer and I am really loving it. So obviously this was way too much. I just did it for visual effect. But you need about half that size or like a third of that size. It feels really nice. It's supposed to control oil and mattify, and it really works really well. I really liked it. And I just put that in basically my T-zone and around my nose, anywhere I get oily. And then I'm going to take the Smashbox foundation. This stuff is super thick, super full coverage, and I have been loving it lately. It's easier if you mix it with another thinner foundation, but on its own it works really well too. Then I'm going to take Huda Beauty's Tantour bronzer, cream bronzer. I normally don't like cream bronzers, but I really love this one. I think I've been using it in every single one of my videos. I think I use the color Fair, and I'm just using it on a fluffy foundation brush and I'm going in very lightly, like I'm barely tapping my brush, but this cream bronzer blends out really nicely. And so I'm just going in and kind of tapping it where I want it and then buffing it out, and again very lightly, just kind of working it, gradually working up that color. And then I'm going to take Tarts Shape Tape Concealer with their sponge. This is also from Tarte. It's one of my favorites again. And I'm just going to cover up the bad boys under my eyes and kind of do a little highlighting on my forehead and my nose. And then to set my under eyes, I'm going to take Becca's Set and Refresh powder. Again, really like this one. I'm just going to set my under eyes with it. And again, I don't bake. I kind of just take a generous amount and then just press it into my skin until it kind of absorbs it. And then I'm going to take this Makeup Forever powder foundation. Love, love, love this stuff. I'm just taking a little bit on my sponge and applying it everywhere else that I didn't set. It's going to kind of set my face and also give me a little bit extra coverage. And then to warm up my face, I'm going to take this Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. This thing is huge. I'm just going to, warm up my face a little bit. Put it on my cheeks, my forehead, and also, no, for my nose, I didn't use this bronzer. I used the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. And then I went back in with my setting powder that I used for my eyes, and I kind of just cleaned up under my cheekbones. Kind of gives you like a lifted look. And also I did a little bit on my nose to kind of make it appear a little smaller. And then I'm going to take Benefit's Cheek Fawn palette, which broke. I did not even know, but I've had it for a long time. These things are totally worth it in my opinion. I'm going to use the color Coralista. It's one of my favorites from Benefit. It's kind of like a, I don't want to say shimmery because it's not shimmery, but has a slight shimmer to it. And it's kind of, a coral color, obviously. So I'm just putting that on my cheeks, and then I'm going to, I'm still letting that powder set, and then I'm going to take this Mineralized Skinfinish from MAC, which I haven't used in forever. This used to be like my OG highlighter in Soft and Gentle, and so I'm just going to put that on because I don't want something so strong. I just want it like a slight highlight. And then going back in to finish my eyes before I forget, I'm going to go back into that purple shadow from Sugar Pill, and I'm going to apply that closest to the lash line as possible, and then just blending out the edges, and I'm going to kind of meet it at the outer corner. And then I'm going to take a Lancome purple eyeliner. This purple is so pretty because it's like vivid, but it's not like boom in your face, but it's really bright. It's really pretty. It's kind of got like a little shimmer to it, but I don't know, it's one of my favorites. I will list everything in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. And then I'm going back in with the yellow, and I'm just going to blend out that purple and just add a little bit of yellow to the bottom. So really, you could do this with 2 eyeshadows. And the lip color that I used is from Smashbox. It's their Always On liquid lipsticks, and this one I believe is in the color Stay Natural.